Hey guys, I have a fun card for us today. I decided to do another house card. I know I've done a couple, but I don't really mind, and it's on clearance, so you know, people can go and buy it if they would like. This bundle's on clearance, and it was more expensive. Right now it looks as if it's not really on sale, but actually this was a $20-something stamp set, and this was another, I think it was like $50 was the original price of the bundle, and now I think it's $41 if you buy it as a bundle, but if you buy them separately it's $39. So just so you know, when you buy it separately you save a few more dollars. It's still available for sale, so don't be discouraged to buy that. So I'm going to go ahead and get my little tray of my little pieces. And yeah, I'm going to do a little card for us today. A little Goofy. I have never done a card for Goofy, so I'm super excited. Let me find our video because I don't see it on here. Let's see, there it is. Okay. I've never done a card for Goofy, and so I'm actually quite excited to do a card for Goofy. And I think I probably need some more dimensionals or something for, or not dimensionals, some embellishments. Let's see. Got a couple options. Not that one. I'm going to pull out my embellishments really quick. So from the other day, you guys saw the Minnie Mouse card that I made. I made the Minnie Mouse card, I made the up card, and I'm just going nuts with this house, you know, this house theme. And so, okay, here we go. And I just thought, you know, I'm just going to keep going because why not? Oh, you know what? Let me try. Oh, that's not going to work. Is there anything on that? No. Maybe let's look at this one and see. I just want to pull out some other options for my, I don't think I want rhinestones. I just want to add a Mickey. You know, I always like to add a little Mickey Mouse, so I just want to pull out my options. So cute, right? So cute. Oh, yeah, but I do have green. I have some green right here. We can try those maybe. Some of these are clearance, some of them are current. I swear I had another pack of the, oh, you know what, I put them over here, I think. Maybe? No, that's not it. That's not it. I had some green rhinestones, or dots. I'll check this one more time and then I'll go back through the other one. So super fun. Anyway, just wanted to get on here. I want to do a Goofy card, because why not? You know what? Let's get this brown out just in case. No, that's too dark a green. I had some other green. And so it's here. It's just taking me a second. Maybe it's in this one. Oh, I just dropped all my buttons. Oh, there it is. It's this one. My buttons just popped all down on the floor. Or we could try that. That might be good too. We'll try out a couple things and see where we land. So, oh, it's a bummer about all my buttons. I'm going to have to find a better place to put that. So, there we go. So, now that I have all the embellishments I need, we're not doing the mini, we're not doing the up card, but I wanted to make sure I showed you guys. Let me bring the light a little closer. So, super cute. I did these videos already. I also put a little short video for my Minnie Mouse card that had the Minnie Mouse card I made for, what's the word? the Notes and Totes, which was such a cute card. Little Notes and Totes, that turned out really cute too. So I just put up a little cute little video of that for my niece's specially made card. I made it just for her. And so today we're doing Goofy, and I decided to just go full out with the little fun Goofy style. It took me a little while to design his house, but I did manage, and I thought it just was super cute. And I think I'm going to add a little embellishment to it. So we're going to take our basic card base of Blueberry Bushel and Lemon Lime Twist. So Blueberry Bushel, this is 4 1/4 by 11, and I scored it 5 1/2. And this is 4 inches by 5 1/4. And then I cut this, plaid. I just thought it fit, actually. This plaid comes out of the Timeless Plaid. I think this is not on sale. I think this is still full price. But it is such a cute, so many cute plaids. And actually, I'm going to be using this plaid too. So I'm using a couple different plaid, or this check. I'm not sure. Yeah, that's a plaid, not a check, because check is different. But yeah, so we're going to be using this. And so we'll go ahead and we'll just glue our layers together, real simple, nothing too fancy. I just thought the blue, when I get the Goofy card on here, you'll see it just adds the right element to it. And so I just think that's fun. I needed something to contrast, and I thought I was going to use the brown because it contrasts Goofy's house, you know, like I thought I would be using the brown, but or like Cajun Craze or something, but that was like too matchy and I didn't like that. So I wound up settling on this nice, almost like a boho blue. I think this is more Misty Moonlight, I mean. So this is like Misty Moonlight, but there's little touches of boho blue in here. Even though it retired, you still see like hints of it. So Misty Moonlight. And I had a little extra strip of the plaid, and I decided I would just an extra random strip, so I decided to put that inside my card. And so just pop it inside as a little hint, surprise. And it was so sweet. I had someone contact me today because they wanted to buy some more cards from me. They had bought a whole bunch, and they were going to go buy some paper ones, but they hated to do that if I didn't already have some available. And I told her I'm going to look at my stuff. She's a insurance agent, so she sends out cards, I think, to her customers, and so yeah. So there we go. There we go. All right, so that is the basics of my card are done. Now putting together the Goofy part is a little tough. Like I said, it took a minute to design it, but I managed. So first things first, you cut out your house. So that was the first thing I did, is I cut out my basic house. And then I also needed to cut out another house in the shape of my roof. So this one will actually, it's almost like, yeah, so this one actually I think might work. Let me see if it'll work. I think this could, I think it's a little bit short. Yeah, it's a little bit too short. I think I need to punch another one. I need it a little longer. I think this one, you know what, this one might work. I don't like to waste, you know what I mean? So like, I think this might work. So what we're doing is we're planning out his roof. And then I cut out this little piece of Blueberry Bushel, and it's like 3/4 of an inch wide. I think it's a little crooked, but Goofy's house is going to be crooked, so that's okay. So this will be tucked, and it's like the second layer. If you've gone to Toontown, you'll see that his house is like all wonky and misshapen because, you know, it's very goofy. And so it's really misshapen. So it doesn't really fit. So I went ahead and I Where is it? Okay, there we go. So I just kept that idea. So I'm trimming off the eaves of my house, just the eaves. And I'm actually going to trim off my little, let me get my little, oh, I need to go get a trash can for my friend. So the next time I see her, now that it's back to school, I have this little trash can on my desk for when I'm doing crafts. And she was in love with it the last time she saw it. And I'm like, oh, I need to make sure I pick one up when I see one. So this will be the second layer of the house. And yeah, so I'm basically planning for Goofy's house to be like this. And then here's the second layer. And then we'll add another roof over here on top. And you'll see how I do that in a minute. So first thing, before I put any of the other layers on, I need to make sure that I put the door on. So the house, the window, well, windows are last actually, but I need to make sure I can put the door. And the door, I forget what the door measured. I stamped it. I think I copied it from a stamp originally. So it's only, let's see, 7/16. So, which is an annoying type of measurement. Oh, where's my Cajun Craze? I had the Cajun Craze out and then I forgot. So, let me grab some Cajun Craze. There's some. Is this Cajun Craze? I think this might be, I don't know if this is Cajun Craze. I think this is actually pecan pie, which is okay. It still works. So I'm just going to trim a little. So we need 7/16. So right there. And I'm not even going to trim it all the way down. Oops. So yeah. Okay, it's easier when I go this way. Okay, I was right. Okay. I just wanted to make sure that I was cutting it right. And so I'm just going to actually cut it without even doing like an intense, I can always trim it a little bit more if I need. But I don't want to waste my whole piece. Yeah, I'm pretty positive this is pecan pie. That's okay, it still matches my brown. And we're going to punch a little bit of a house from this as well. We're just going to punch the, like just the side here. So I can get the roof. There's a little heart. Okay, I just wanted to make sure I got the roof. Not the roof, the chimney. So, okay, so we've got that. Let me get my door. I think this door might be a little bit big. It is. So we'll go ahead and cut that a little bit more. You don't want it to be too small. You don't want it to be too big. I think that it's just about right. But now it's crooked because I got a little too overzealous. But the good news is because it's his door and it's a little too wide, because it's Goofy's house, it's almost like it can be crooked. You know what I mean? Everything on his house is all crooked and wonky. And yeah. There we go. Okay, so I just want to make sure my door was going to fit and then I had room for the windows on the side, because if I didn't do that, then I could possibly not have room for the windows and then it's just going to look weird and funky and not going to be cute. So I'm going to take my mini dimensionals and go ahead and attach it, because I just think that way I've got it already set, and then we can do the stamping of everything else. I'm going to make sure I get one of those little crash cans. I didn't see one when I was at Dollar Tree the other day. Maybe if I go tomorrow. I haven't been to Dollar Tree in a long time, so the other day I was just kind of checking it out for my own stuff. Didn't even think about her little trash can. But there's like so much stuff in there, sometimes it's like too much. So, okay, so these little squares are actually extra squares from when I punched out the house on some white paper for something else. And so I just hung on to them because I knew I was going to need them for this Goofy card. So I went ahead and hung on to them. And then I took the door. Oops. Then I took the door stamp from the stamp set. Welcome, what is it? Welcome home or humble home? Yeah, humble home. So I took the door and windows. I'm just going to ink up a window and I'm going to stamp the window. That's it. And so I got Pool Party and I'm just going to stamp her that. Let me move it a little down. Got to get it centered. Let me put something dark underneath it. So. And so I'm just, because I don't even need the door, I'm just stamping the window itself. That's it. With Pool Party, just so it has a little bit of defined character. Done. All right. Okay, cool, cool, cool. So that's done. And since we have our stamps out, let's go ahead and stamp our greeting, which is thanks with lemon lime twist. And I actually am going to change it up this time and try it with the little, let me see if it fits. I think it does. This thanks came from a random, it's called Mini Meats. I don't know if it's still available. I don't think it is. I'm pretty sure I got the stamp set from someone else because I don't usually stamp mine this way. Okay. There we go. And so it was just a cute thanks, nothing fancy, with lemon lime twist. Okay. And let's see, anything else? Oh, the doorknob. So we've got our doorknob. I went in and just chose a gold one. I thought a gold one would look good. And so I just grabbed it. Grab this one here. And I'll just put it like that. I guess I don't know. Oops, where'd it go? There it is. Hold on, I'm having trouble placing it as a doorknob. Come on. That's why I use my tweezers, but for some reason today, I think I want it over here. Let's see. I'm hoping the glue stays. I think so. Okay, that's good. So now I didn't actually pop my windows up higher. I actually just kind of wanted them crooked on the front of the facade of the house. I just thought it would be fun to just have crooked windows. So here's one crooked window. Here's another crooked window. Because like I said, Goofy's house is all wonky. It doesn't have any rhyme or reason to it. When you go to Toontown, you'll see. And then I think what I want on the original, on the original one I did, I kind of want this to be scored a little bit, like a little bit like this. So I think I like that. So I think I'm going to put dimensionals just on the edge here, but I'm also going to put just a little bit of glue. So it has like a little bit of a bend to the roof. On my original, I didn't have that, but I kind of want that. So, whoops. Okay, so let's put our mini dimensionals along the bottom. Okay, yeah, I think this will look cute. I think adding that little bit of, let me add that little glue here. Oops. Oops, I needed to have that cut though. Okay, we're gonna have to press that there for a minute. And then I'll have to cut it and then glue the other piece behind. So then we have our second story, and it's going to be sideways, and then we're going to have its little top. So I'm going to go ahead and cut off this chimney and get rid of that. I'm going to keep this little window. I'm going to set it over here so I don't lose it. Set my label over there. And this is my template if I wanted to make a different roof, but I don't need it this time. And then I think I'm just cutting along this line, but I could get my trimmer if I needed. I think this might be enough. Yeah, this is enough. And then I'm going to trim it. Once I can get that glued down, I'm going to put it crooked on here and then have that there. And then for the roof, for the chimney, I actually just take my chimney piece and I just cut down. A lot of the chimney piece is going to be hidden anyway, so just having a good length so that I'm able to glue it will be good. And I can't really put it on here until it's dry. Let me try this. I didn't want to get my good scissors all gooky, but I don't mind getting my junky scissors a little gooky. Okay. Okay, so that's glued down. So the front of his house has this tiny little bump to it, and I think that'll make a difference. We'll see. Maybe not. It might not look any different at all, but I think it will. So then I'm going to glue the bottom piece here. Just glue a little bit of edge here. And I'm going to place it crooked, like so. And it's kind of long. I'm trimming this off, but it's kind of long on purpose. Okay, come on, extra little glue. Then I'm going to glue my little glue dot, my little window, I mean. There we go, a little blue. And I actually, oops, that one's not the, that one was a plain one. And so, okay, here's my stamped one. And I actually decided that I'm gonna make it straight. On the crooked part, I made that window straight, which I thought was kind of funny because his whole house is crooked. And then I put this part here where it's crooked as well. So it's like it's falling in. And I'm just gonna actually trim it. I'm just gonna trim it. And then we'll put some dimensionals on the bottom of this, just a couple. It just needs to. So, just fun, a little silly card. My niece likes Goofy, I think because her dad liked Goofy. My oldest niece, the one with the twins. Oh, the twins are just so cute. They're just getting so big. Just so growing up so fast. And then we'll make his chimney a little bit crooked off to the side too. Okay. So you see how it's shaping up a little? And it's just, you know, it's nothing, like not exact measurements. It's just manipulation of the paper. It took me just a little bit of time to design it. So I guess I can use this one for another Goofy card. Maybe even that. And this tag we're done with. And we're done with that too. So that's good. Okay. And so then I think that's about it. Yeah, that's about it. And so then we add him to, oh, the hat. That's what we need, the hat. Okay, so to make the hat was the tricky part, because the hat is essentially like the shape of a heart. So I was trying to find something that was the shape of a heart, and I just couldn't find a punch that had it or a die that I could manipulate. So I'm literally just trying to freehand like a weird little squiggly heart shape, and it's not exact or perfect, but again, it's just on the top of his house there's always his little what's the word, his hat. And then I'm just cutting out this. Let's see, is that big enough? Yeah, I think that's big enough. So then, actually I think this one might be okay to where I can glue them together. I think I can do that this time. Last time I couldn't. So I just cut this little rectangle out, just freehand it. You can do any kind of cutting or whatever, but just freehanding it. And I'm rounding the edges because the hat always has like a little scrunched roundness to it. None of it's sharp. It's very sloppy, you know what I mean? Because it's Goofy. And then let me put a little bit of tear and tape. I think that'll be the easiest, is to put the tiniest bit of tear and tape, I think, on the back of my, well, maybe just on the, yeah, I think I'm gonna put it here. I'm gonna put it on the back here, my little piece of tear and tape. Then I'll put my hat part, just kind of attach it here. And so his little beanie, I think it's a beanie, or maybe it's a top hat. I can't remember what it is. So the only thing that's missing from this particular little hat is it's missing the black stripe. And so let me add some more tape, or yeah. Or maybe I'll just add a little dimensional there, because I think, oh, I didn't put one on here. Oh, that's what held it up, is when I put it on the house here, it kind of propped it up. The point of the house kind of propped it up. Now what's missing is I used just a black marker to try and make the little wrapped tie belt thing that goes around the top of his. And so I just took a black marker and I just started adding a black layer. There we go, that's it. So again, it's not a perfect science. And so, and there he is. And actually, yeah, he's got a dimensional on his head here. I think I'm going to put another dimensional right here. Let's see. And that's it. And then I glued everything else down. So whoops, whoopsie. Let me see. Let me take off the dimensionals. I forgot. My little hat part's coming off. Once I get it secured, it'll be okay. The hat part, I think, is the trickiest little piece because it's hard to kind of secure it. So I'm just going to place him right here. His little house right here. I didn't pop it up on dimensionals even more because I felt like it didn't need it. It would have made it like kind of more than a 1/4 inch. I thought this was like good enough, to be honest. And so I didn't add more. I felt like that was enough. And that was good. And so then dimensionals on the back of this, and I'm going to put it right here. I kind of like this tag, I think, better than my original tag. I'm just using the dimensionals I have handy. I have larger ones too, I know, but I actually need to order some more. I'm running low. I thought I ordered a bunch in my last order, but I can't seem to find them. I'm thinking I used them all, which I might have. But it's a little, well, you know what? I have one more place to check. You know what? It might be in the top drawer here. Because I ordered like 2 packs. So the idea of me using 2 packs in a month and a half, 2 months, would be really hard. So, all right, so we'll just add a little thanks. And, you know, just a fun, you know, my cards are for people that know Disney stuff. If you don't know Disney, people aren't going to get it. They're not going to know that this is not a monkey. They're not going to know that this is a Goofy inspired card. But, and see, like his hat is so much bigger on this one. It's not as cute. I think this one was like a little bit better. Oops. I think it needs to be a little smaller. I might tear it off, to be honest, because it kind of bugs me. It's so big. I normally wouldn't, but I think I will because it's so big. Let me try that again. Let me get the green. If I can tear it up. I think it needed to be a little narrower, yeah. And then for the, you know what, I'm going to see if this isn't narrow enough. Let me just make this little rectangle shape. All right, let's do. Let's see if this is enough. It might be. Okay, let's see. Now that's a little too small at the bottom. I might be able to, yeah, I think I can use this. Yeah, because that was like too big. Let me just trim this a little smaller. Make sure it'll fit on here. Yeah. Let's just do a little bit more. Let's see. Let's see. It might work now. Let's see if it works. I need it a little narrower, I think. Getting the hat's the hardest part. But again, it's, you know, it's not a perfect science. I also think this needs to be just a little narrower. Because it's supposed to be like the brim of his hat, you know, like not. Okay. Yeah, I think that's good. Okay, there we go. And then I'm going to put a dimensional on the back of this. And I think that's cuter than it was. I just trimmed it out just a little so it was a little less heart shaped. Just a touch less. That's my OCD telling me, oh, it's not good enough. You know what I mean? Like, not OCD. I'm not OCD, but you know what I mean? Like, so, and we'll just tuck this under here so that it can just stand on its own. So the one part's glued to the tip of the house and the other part is under its own dimensional. I could have glued them together, but I didn't want the glue to show. I think it'll stay as is. And then we'll take my marker again, my black marker, and we'll just make a nice black stripe. That's it. I just freehanded that, nothing fancy, just freehanding. There we go. No kitty, no baby. They went to the vet today and they are not happy. No honey, not right now. You have to wait. Your turn. It's not your turn. You have to wait. No, no, no. He's like, yes, it is. You're moving things. It means it's my turn. That's my cleaning. No, no, boo-boo. No, no. Hey, 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 stop. Stop. We're not. Hey, hey, no. That's not fair. He went to the vet, so I feel sorry for him. I'm not going to lie. Okay, so here's my card. Oh. He's all, they're on medicine, so they're all like drunk on gabapentin and lazy. Oh, the boys. So here's my goofy card. And look at how it's cute that it has this slight little indentation. It's hard for you to see, but I think you can see when I hold them next to each other. On the left side, it's straight, flat front roof, but on the right side there's this little tiny indentation, and so it has just a little more dimension to it. I'll just rotate it a little, see if the video shows it a little. And so you can see a little from the shadow how the right one has a little bit of dimension and the left one's just straight flat, and it really needed almost like an angle like I did here. And so, yeah, so cute. And what I wanted to add was I wanted to add a Mickey. That's what I spent my whole first few minutes of my video. So here you can look at Boo Boo for a minute while I thought these are not the right brown, but I was thinking we could use this green maybe. So that's a maybe. I don't know if I want to do sequins. To me, sequins just doesn't feel right. I could do like 3 sequins to make a Mickey head. I was debating this one maybe. This is the wrong green, but we could do the blue. This one could work. And these ones are the wrong colors. And so pretty much, and I brought these out because these are always a good go-to, because these actually have the perfect proportion of black to our perfect proportion size where you can get the perfect Mickey head. I don't know why. I mean, all of the dots have the ability, but these particular ones had the greatest proportion. And so let's see. Let's do blue on one. Thanks. And so we'll do blue on one, and then we'll do, and you get a good look at my Boo Boo's little belly. It's all shaved, my poor boy. He had it shaved several months ago and it's not grown back. And so that's had me kind of sad. It's not been growing back, but the doctor saw him and did blood work and it was healthy. He was healthy, so. And so I'm going to do a little Mickey head there. Oops. Thanks, Lisa. I need to go over to Darlene's and get my Minnie Mouse stickers. So there we go. I'm just excited to, I'm just on a, you're going to see a bunch of cards. So this one has a good proportion of, for the Mickey head dots. So we can do this one. Yeah, it's a good summer cut. This was shaved in like February, but look, it's already July or no, maybe it was March, but he needed an ultrasound because he's just got some digestive issues. And so actually that blueberry bushel works perfect of these. These are retired. I don't know if they're on clearance anymore. We might still have them. And then the other option would be to do green. No, you know what? I don't want to do green because the ink is green. I think having the blue on this one too will be good. Let's see, where can I put the Mickey here? I think he'll be crooked on this one. I've never crafted with the cat right underneath me. Usually I just stop when he gets this annoying. Yeah, it wouldn't have fit, I think, directly under like the other one. So we'll make it a little crooked off to the side. And that actually looks cute. I could have put it on the thanks. Actually, that would have been smart. But I don't know if it would have fit there either. I think it would have, like the exclamation point. So yeah, so those are our cards for today. This label is from the Nested Labels. And this one is from the Tags for Everything, I think. And I just cut it in half. And so this one is just a generic type tag from the, I just went to find any kind of type of tag that I had. You know, feel free to use whatever you have, but you at least get the gist. And I thought for someone who loves Goofy, this would be a perfect card for them. And so I'm actually really proud of myself managing to do a Goofy card because he's not really my favorite character. I think he's funny and stuff, but he's not like a character I would necessarily go and I'm trying to see if I can change this one so I can lower the what's the word? The roof. So anyway, sorry, I'm thinking about two things at one time. But yeah, turned out cute, right? So cute little card, not too hard. Obviously this part here is a little bit fiddly. I think the hardest part was actually designing it because I had to sit and think. I had to look at a picture of Goofy's house, see how I could execute it. And the key was that Goofy's house didn't have this triangle, the triangle roof. Like it did on the top level, but it didn't have the triangle roof per se on the bottom level because it has this second little level tucked in. So it was just inspired by that. And I thought that was a fun card, especially for someone who likes Goofy. So, well, I hope you guys enjoyed it. And don't forget to check out my YouTube channel because Facebook doesn't save our videos anymore. So I'll be refilming my up card because that got deleted before I downloaded it. So I'll have to redo it, which is a bummer. I'm going to check and see because if I swore I had already done it even and downloaded it, but I think it got deleted because I think I missed the 30-day mark, but that's okay. That means you get to see the up card again just for fun. So, and that was a good card. And so don't forget, there's lots of different cards you can make. And I've shared I know I've shared the Minnie Mouse card. I know I shared the tote card. And then this up card, I need to share as soon as I can find it or reshoot it, which that'll be a bummer, but it is what it is. So. All right, well, I'm glad I got to show you guys my stuff. Have a great day, and thanks for tuning in. And so Boo Boo is like, we're done, Mom. I need snuggles. You're done crafting. But I have to craft for the twins now. I mean, I didn't get to show you guys, but I made the cutest tag for the twins. It says Too Wild, and we're going to attach these two jars. And she's going to hot glue animals to the top of the jars and fill them with animal crackers. And everything's wild jungle. And I made these cute little tags. And this stamp is just a garbage stamp that I ordered from Amazon. Almost none of the stamps worked and they were covered in oil and it was a whole thing. But I thought, how fun is this? But I needed, you know, realistic animal stamps that were the right size, so I went ahead and just ordered from Amazon. But I thought they got the job done. 4 of the stamps worked, and so they got the job done, so that's good. And so these will be cute. I'll share pictures of these when they're all done. So, all right, well, thanks so much. Have a great day. Bye.